Hi traders, this is Roberto, and this is the tutorial for the Pro Traders Workshop. In this lesson, I will be talking about the FX Advisory Indicator. So you will be able to basically understand where these buy and sell signals that the advisory indicator is generating and why. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just first, let me plot the advisory indicator because this is not an MT4 platform, so I have to manually put in the indicator so you can see where the buy signal, the most recent buy signal on Euro Yen, which is down here at 123.34. Okay, so that was a buy signal that was generated about a few hours ago during the Asian session. And today is May 30th, 2017. So the first signal generated for today on this currency pair was down here. And I want to know why this signal is generated. And I noticed too that stochastics is oversold when that signal was generated. So I'm going to go to the 4-hour chart, and I noticed that we had the market sold off, and then we had a support level, then it sold off again. And notice that it sold off all the way to the previous resistance level, and here we have one level of support back in May 11th, then again on May 18th, and even prior to that over here back on May 8th. So these levels of support, very difficult area to breach on Euro Yen. Also, I noticed that if I take my Fibonacci tool and I draw from this swing low all the way up to the swing high, let me do that right now. It gives me a fib extension of, can't really see it here, but it's right. Let me see if I can make this bigger. It gives me the extension. It gives me an extension, fib extension of 161, which falls in the same place as all these support levels. So the advisory indicator gave me a buy signal, and currently you can see on the bottom here, I think you can see I'm up 22 pips on this trade, and the target would be, of course, the support turn resistance. So from this swing low to this swing high, market broke, the Euro Yen broke the level of support, and it sold all the way down to the 161 extension, which was a previous support level from May 11th, May 8th, May 18th, and that would have been the entry. I got in this trade rather late actually because I wasn't not at my computer, I wasn't even up, and I took this trade up here. And stochastic is oversold, sorry, on the 1-hour chart. So this, what I'm going to do is give you a few more examples. It just gives you an idea how powerful the advisory indicator is. You don't have to plot fib levels anymore. You don't have to go back in history and plot your horizontal lines for support and resistance. The advisory indicator does it all for you. And in this situation, this is a perfect trade because the market was oversold and the fib extension was 161, and the advisory indicator gave us a buy signal at these levels. Let's look at some more trade setups. Here's another example on Euro CAD. This is an excellent trade. Advisory buy alert was at 149.77. And if I go to the 4-hour chart, I notice that this level is a prior resistance turn support all the way back here on May 15th. And remember, price has memory, and it rallied, and what did it do? It came all the way back down to the previous support resistance level, now is a support. Not only that, look at the fall line on this trend line down here. That's the channel. It came all the way down, price Came all the way down to 149.77, and that's when the advisory indicator gave us a buy signal. And currently this thing is up. I missed this trade. It's up 42 pips. Now, if I add a Bollinger Band, notice that the lower Bollinger Band price is bouncing off that level. So we have three support levels. First, the fall line on this channel. Two, a previous congested area resistance level that finally broke, and that would turn into a support level. Okay. And stochastics is oversold at the time of entry. Here is the Australian Canadian dollar. And again, we have a advisory indicator buy signal at 99.96. So, and what's so important about this is often it's difficult to know how to draw these fib extension levels. Here's a swing low and here's the swing high. This is what I would normally do. Here's a support level that was broken and price came all the way down to a previous support level. So this swing low to the swing high, when you draw Fibonacci, when you take your Fibonacci tool to figure out the extension, you always go from right to left. So this swing low to the swing high, and I use the bodies of the candle to plot my Fibonacci, and notice price came all the way down to 161 extension, the advisory indicator giving us a buy signal, and stochastics is overbought. Okay, so this tool is so powerful, so useful when if you do not know how to draw Fibonacci levels, figuring out the extensions. The advisory indicator will do it for you. Okay, it will plot previous support resistance level. It will plot the lower channel. If you add Bollinger Bands, notice that it will plot Fibonacci, the Bollinger Band. The FX advisory will alert you to that Bollinger Band area. It's just a support. It's at a fall line, the lower channel, and it's also 161 extension, and stochastic is oversold. So this is important to be able to understand why these advisory indicators giving us these buy and sell signals. This is on a 4-hour chart, which is a lot more powerful than finding these levels on a 1-hour chart or a smaller time frame. I would rather use a 4-hour and a daily chart to find these buy and sell signals. Let's look at a few more. Here I'm looking at Australian yen on a 4-hour chart. Notice back in May 17th we had this support level. Price rallied and came all the way back to the previous support. The advisory indicator gives us a buy alert at 82.29, all the way down here. And notice also stochastics is oversold. Okay, now normally what we would do if we were just using candlestick patterns, we will wait for the candle to form. And the market had moved over almost 40 pips before we decide if we should take a trade. With the advisory indicator, it gives you alerts and gives you early entries. So you could enter the market all the way down here. And instead, the 4-hour chart, you would look for an entry on the 1-hour chart. Okay, so again, price came back down to a previous support level based on the 4-hour chart. We also had candlestick patterns on the 1-hour chart, like here we have a bullish engulfing candle. Advisory indicator, bullish engulfing candle, stochastics is oversold. Let me see if this is a Fibonacci extension as well. Let me just draw this line again. I just did it a second ago. So here's a swing low, here's a swing high. Okay, so this level of support was breached. So you want to know what is the extension. Take your Fibonacci tool, draw it from the swing low to the most recent swing high. And 1 second, I drew that wrong. So what I need is the most recent swing low, which was here. This is an old swing low there. So I would take my Fibonacci tool and draw from this swing low all the way up to the swing high. Right there. And there it is. The most recent swing high and swing low. That gives me 423 extension. Even without that level, the extension, the bullish engulfing candle 1 hour chart at a previous support level with stochastics oversold is enough to take this trade. Here's an example in the Euro New Zealand dollar. Okay, so let's go over the trade setup. Number one, we have a fall line, lower channel of this sell-off. We have stochastics oversold. The advisory indicator is giving us a buy signal right there, right on the lower band. Let's throw in the Bollinger Band and see what that falls. And there it is, the lower Bollinger Band price penetrating the lower Bollinger Band and closing inside, giving us the spinning top. And there's your trade to the upside. And let's see if we have anything on the 4-hour chart. And on the 4-hour chart, we have, well, we had these levels of support down here. Notice several area right there, right there. It was referencing this level of support from May 9th. Okay. And again, very powerful tool to use because it's essentially telling you all the buy and sell areas. And oftentimes when you try to plot these Fibonacci extensions, trying to find prior support resistance level, even doing a trend line on the bottom can be subjective, because where do you draw your line? And the advisory indicator does it for you. You don't have to worry if you're doing it incorrectly. Okay. So on this pair we had a buy signal at 157.59 right there. That was the entry. And so far the market's moved up. And all these trades took place during the Asian session, well, early part of the European session. So far, 49 pips to the upside. So if you have any questions on the FX advisory indicator, if you'd like to purchase it, you can do that on my website. It's a very powerful tool, and I heavily rely on it for buy and sell signals. Thanks for watching, and talk to you guys in the trade room.